good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Christian Authors on Tour TV show. I'm your host today, Leroy McKenzie Jr. Yes, I'm flying solo this morning. Lynn Pender, Pastor Johnson happened to be out of town this week, so I'm here holding it down while they're out handling and doing what they do. So I want to welcome you all to the Christian Authors on Tour TV show. We want to thank you for tuning in. We want to thank you for being with us, and thank you for listening to us on the Blog Talk Radio show. We want to thank you for coming on and being with us for these first few episodes of the Christian Authors on Tour TV show. Just shout out Lynn and Pastor Johnson. You all be safe. You all have a safe trip. We'll see you all next week. But I'm holding it down so that we can do what we always do here at the Christian Authors on Tour TV show. So just to start off, y'all know how we do with the Christian Authors on Tour TV show. We have a couple of announcements before we get to our beautiful guest that's here with us. I'm excited. I'm just letting y'all know I'm excited and I'm ignited. Y'all will get that in a minute. Y'all gonna get that in a minute. So the Christian Authors on Tour, just to let you know, our TV show or the Christian Authors on Tour, just to give you some announcements that we have to let you know who we are, what we're doing, what we have going on right now. The Christian Authors on Tour photo calendar. You want to take advantage of this. I know we're in July, getting ready to go into August for the photo wall calendar, but this calendar is a great keepsake. It's a great way for you to get to know 12 authors that we have in the Christian Authors on Tour that we spotlight and highlight each month. So the Christian Authors on Tour photo calendar, wall calendar, the July author spotlight for this month actually is Miss Veronica Legrone, a Christian children's book author based in Missouri. The Christian Authors on Tour 2018 photo wall calendar spotlights 12 Christian Authors on Tour, authors, members on fire for God and committed to using writing as a tool for Christian ministry. So, in order to get the calendar, you want to visit www.christianauthorsontour.com. Click on the products, services tab, and then you can purchase your calendar there. It's a great keepsake. Like I said, it'll give you great information on some on fire authors that are spotlighted by the Christian Authors on Tour. Next, we have the Christian Authors on Tour Blog Talk Radio show. Y'all know the radio show is what launched it all, which started it all. The Christian Authors on Tour Blog Talk Radio show is live the first, third, and fifth Fridays of every month. Be sure to visit www.blogtalkradio.com/Christian Author on Tour to listen live or to download the free podcast of hundreds of inspirational interviews with Christian authors from across the globe. Christian authors interested in utilizing this free tool or opportunity to promote, market your books should visit www.christianauthorsontour.com and click on the CAOT TV/radio tab to find the link for the submissions for your information to be on the show. We would love to have you. Looking forward to have you on the show. And then the last thing, coming up in this October, you want to save the date, save this date. Sunday, October 14th, 2018, from 5 to 7 p.m., join the ladies of the Christian Authors on Tour for an evening of books, dialogue, fellowship, and at the Quality Inn in Woodlawn, Maryland. And you can also visit www.christianauthorsontour.com for more details, or you can actually call as well 800-929-1418. earlier this year we had the Christian Authors on Tour for men. That was actually that we had earlier this year, based on leadership, and it was a phenomenal event that we had. There were men talking about leadership. We had a nice, great panel of authors that were there talking about leadership. They were talking about their books, their experiences. So you don't want to miss in October for the ladies. We haven't forgot about you, so we wanted to have they're gonna have this event that's coming up for you. I know you all are gonna come out, have a great time, and be able to meet some very powerful, influential, just some phenomenal women that are gonna be out there. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna get right into it because, like I told you, I'm excited. I have a guest here that we're just gonna have a conversation. We're gonna get you motivated. We're gonna get you ignited about who you are and about your greatness. So let me tell you a little bit about our guest, Miss Kristen J. Bell. I am saying that right,
Yes.
right?
You are. Yeah.
Christian J. Bell is an entrepreneur, author, inspirational speaker, coach, founder, and CEO of Igniting Your Destiny and Bell Enterprises LLC. She also owned and operated a multi unit franchise in Maryland and Virginia. Kristen passionately believes in accepting nothing less than the living in your greatness. She not only believes in it, but has demonstrated it through the corporate world as a high excelling consultant for over a decade that has earned countless awards and recognitions, but also as a veteran who honorably served in the United States Air Force for over 10 years. Kristen was awarded numerous prestigious leadership Airman of the Quarter and Airman of the Year awards. So I want to introduce everyone to and welcome Miss Kristen J. Bell to our
Thank
show
you.
today.
Thank you very much. It's such an honor to be here, and I'm so excited. I couldn't wait to get here.
Absolutely, we're glad to have you. And first, I want to thank you for your service, though.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
service. Those who serve in our military and do what you all do and have done, we consider it an honor to have you all in any capacity that we get.
I
So,
appreciate
so
that.
thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. So, what we're going to do is we're going to have a conversation.
Okay. That's good.
We're
I
going
like
to talk about who Miss Kristen Bell is,
Okay.
who, what she has going on, and then the edge of greatness.
Okay.
So, so let's get into it. So, if you can, let's talk a little bit. Can you tell the audience? Can you talk about how you got started in writing? What made you want to start writing?
That's a very good question and a very loaded question because
Mm-hmm.
surprisingly, I did not want to be a writer. That was not on my
Really?
to do
Okay.
list. I'm a very private person, so to write, especially about private things,
Mm-hmm.
was extremely difficult for me. But as my journey unfolds and you get to know me better, you'll see that it my life led to this book and what I'm doing now.
Okay.
But how it started, I had a dream. Well, first, I was going about life like a lot of you. You're doing your own thing, you have your own plan. And I was running the franchise, about to open my second location,
Okay.
and just going about life. And I had a dream. And in this dream, I saw myself on stage talking about very personal things that people didn't know about me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a crowded room, a large crowded room. It was a very dim lit room, and I was on stage and I was crying,
Mm.
telling stories that again are very private. I woke up and I was actually crying when I woke up, and my husband asked me, you know, what's going on, what's wrong, and I briefly told him, but then went back to sleep. That was in July of 2015, um, and that's important because I when you there's things that happen that you need to take heed to or take notice to, because when you're not obedient to certain things, then God kind of disrupts your life.
Mm-hmm.
So that's key to how this book got started. And then a few months later, I had another dream. I just, I didn't think anything else of that dream.
Okay.
A few months later, I had another dream, and in that dream, the word give came to me. So I woke up and didn't know why or what it was, but I picked up my phone and put in my phone the word give, and I wrote down guide, inspire, invigorate, and empower.
Mm-hmm.
Set that aside. Fast forward to I want to say 16. Second location is opened, everything is going great. So on the outside, it looks like everything is going great. On the inside, I'm actually, very unhappy, unfulfilled.
Mm.
But I have I'm very skillful at looking like everything is great when it's really not inside. I was crumbling inside. I was very unhappy with, I just feel like I wasn't fulfilling a purpose in life. I had a bigger purpose than just being a business owner.
Wow.
Then I had VIP tickets to this writing event or conference, and it was supposed to be in California. I decided not to go. It was a speak and write with Lisa Nichols, which I absolutely love. She's been on Oprah, Dr. Phil, Steve Harvey, and it was her event. I had VIP, and I did not go. I was like, oh, it's in California, I'm not going. And then, for the first time ever, that same year, she decided to have the convention on the East Coast in Atlanta.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, really? Okay. Like, what's going on? Is this a message? But I was like, well, I already have the tickets. I should go.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to go, and I already have my mindset like some of you. You already know I'm going to go. I'm not going to participate. I'm just going to go and really not get anything from it. So I thought, and that was my plan. Again, my plan. Everyone is flocking towards Lisa. Great content. Learned about writing and speaking, a lot of different things like writing books and how to publish. But I wasn't socializing. I was trying to keep to myself a lot. And because I had the mindset, I'm just here just so I won't waste my money. Everyone's with Lisa. So the networking night, while everyone was taking pictures and talking with Lisa, I snuck off. And I'm trying to help him get on the elevator and, to go to my room. And at the corner of my eye, who do I see coming towards the elevator? Lisa Nichols. I was like, you got to be kidding me. So I'm pressing the button to hurry up and get on the elevator. And so she wouldn't get on because I know she's been busy, had a long night. She's been on stage all night. She gets on the elevator with me, and we started talking. I forget to press my floor. God is just so funny that way. And we started talking, and I started somehow forgot to press my floor. I was like, oh, goodness, I forgot to press my floor. And she's like, it's fine. It goes back down. You're okay. So she gets off the elevator. She's walking off, and as she's walking off, she asked me to come here. She said, come here. And I follow her, and we just started talking about my life, my journey. And,
wow.
And before, the next thing I know, I'm flying to California, being coached personally by Lisa Nichols. We're talking about, within 3 months from meeting her, I wrote my book, talked about the stories that I saw in my dream.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and then next thing I know, I'm doing book tours and different things. So, and I started also a company. That's when Igniting Your Destiny started, all within 3 months of that conference that I did not want to go to.
wow. That's amazing. And you talk about not going to the first conference in California, but then going to the one in Atlanta. And like you mentioned, it's funny how God works. It wasn't meant for you to meet her in California because it probably wouldn't have happened that way if you had done that in California. But by going to the one in Atlanta, and I mean that's just amazing. Just how, like you said, just how God lines up things. And now, had you even written prior to the dreams that you had? Had you even thought about writing?
No, not at all. Because for me, I'm very private. So especially what I touched on, it's not like I didn't go into detail about my personal life, but I had I haven't started anything. It was just that dream, and from there I figured I guess those are the stories I needed to talk about. But ironically, those were the most difficult for me to share with people. So.
Wow, that's an amazing story. Now you're an entrepreneur, author, life coach, a motivational speaker. How do you balance all of that?
Well, actually, I'm an inspirational speaker because there's different categories.
Okay.
I learned that from Lisa also. But I'm an inspirational speaker, but I hope to motivate people as well. How do I balance that? I get up super early. I'm an early riser. I also get that from the military. So I'm very disciplined. Um, and I have a lot to do. So I plan out my day the night before. I write down what I need to do. And when you love what you're doing and you really have purpose,
Okay.
then it's fine. If sometimes for the longest time I was getting between an hour and a half and 4 hours sleep. I don't recommend it, but you know, I need more hours in the day. I have a lot to do, so I have to serve a lot of people. So I just start early. I stay true to my plan that I have, my to-do list or my serve list, I say.
Oh, okay.
So,
I like
yeah.
I like that. I like that. I like that because I know this year, you know how people have resolutions and
Yes.
they call them even goals.
Hmm.
I don't call them goals. I call them assignments.
I love that. Yes, yes.
What assignments
Exactly.
do you have for yourself? Because it gives a different, you have a different mindset when it comes to thinking of something as an assignment. Oh, I've
Right.
got to get it done. These are the things that I need to do in order to be able to get that assignment done or to
Exactly.
be able to achieve it. So that's definitely something that I like the way that you put that. Now tell me, how important is do you think is having a book to being an entrepreneur and everything else that you do?
Well, for me, and I'm sure for a lot of the viewers, it's very important because it allows people to see another side of myself, and see that there's a vulnerable side, and that they can relate. Because on the outside, I've been conditioned to look like everything is just going great. I'm just happy. I smile, and that what they some people say poker face. I don't play cards, but that's what I've heard, poker face. But it's it's important that when you see this, you can say, "Oh wow, I didn't know those things about her," and they can relate to me more.
Okay.
So for igniting your destiny, where it requires me to interact with people, to have speaking engagements, and get to know and connect, it's very important. And I would say that for any entrepreneur, because everyone has a story, everyone has something to tell, and it just gives you an opportunity to express yourself easier, I guess, if it's more difficult for you to do when you're talking to someone.
Absolutely, absolutely. What part of the writing process did you find the most difficult?
Reaching back to my past, and writing those stories, because I'm a believer. Once I went through it, I just left it in the past. I moved on.
Okay.
So in order to really connect to people that were currently going through that situation, I had to really reach back deep down and actually feel some of those emotions that I've worked so hard to get past.
Yeah.
So that was very difficult for me. And some things I actually forgot or suppressed. I'll say suppressed. So I just had to just live in that moment just for that time being. And then, I'm over it again. But just being able to do that so you can understand, or you can see that I do feel or understand, what they're going through or what you're going through.
And funny you say that because one of the things that I talk to potential clients that I have or authors that are doing autobiographies or that are talking and doing books on themselves or they have to tell their story.
Right.
I tell them you have to be ready to go back to that place because it will take you back there. Those same emotions, those same
exactly.
things that you dealt with. You're gonna go through experience again because you're it's like you're living it all over again. So you have to be prepared to actually go back there and if you're not, then I tell you, then once you're ready to do that, then you do. I said because if not, it can
throw you off track.
Yeah, it can bring you off track,
it really
and
can.
it can certainly do things that you be like you weren't prepared to go
you're
back
living in that
into.
space again. That you thought you moved past.
So tell us a little bit about hold your book up. Tell us a little bit about On the Edge of Greatness. Tell us a little bit of tell us a little bit about the book.
Okay.
But then I want you to tell us what it means to you.
Well, the book, On the Edge of Greatness, again, I'll show it again. On the Edge of Greatness, it touches on my journey. And I say touch because I don't go into detail. I when you were just saying when you're ready to visit that place, you know, so when I'm ready to share, and just like for anyone, even though I've done a lot, I still am a work in progress. And when I'm comfortable of sharing more, I will. But it touches on different experiences that I've come to learn a lot of women I come in contact with are experiencing.
Okay.
And that the funny thing is, well, it's not really funny, but the sad thing is when I would hear stories, and I feel guilty about that. They would tell me their stories, and I knew what they were going through, but because everyone had this perception of me, I didn't want to share and let them know that it could be okay. It would be okay. So the book actually is me telling people, you know, I lived that, I experienced that, but you too, as I have, you will be okay. You'll get through it. So it just talks about I was a teenage mother. I had my son in high school, so it touches on that experience where it was a very difficult one, but it didn't stop me, obviously.
Absolutely.
From you know, my mother dropped me off in front of the hospital, and I did it all on my own. I walked in and she said, just call me when it's over.
Oh, wow.
So at 16, I just turned 16, and I had to go through what, you know, grown women, adult women with, you know, a spouse and family go through. I did all that by myself at 16 years old. Also, in my marriage, had we had issues and complications there. So I touch on that, and how that strengthened. You know, that's really was a lot of faith and how I learned about commitment. So I talk about that situation with my husband, and you know, there was infidelity within that, but you can come out even stronger and even better, even from that situation. I'm also a September 11th survivor. So I was diagnosed with PTSD, and so I briefly, you know, I talk about that as well.
Okay.
And so what on those stories and what on the edge of greatness, what it means to me, and that's basically how I live my life. It's faith. It means faith. It means forgiveness. It's also perseverance and resilience. And I need that and will continue to need that throughout my life to continue on. So that's basically what it is. Faith, forgiveness, resilience, and perseverance is on the edge of greatness.
Wow, absolutely. Now, what advice would you give to an aspiring writer?
Everyone has a story and has a story to tell. And I know you may feel as if, you know, it may not be important, no one wants to know about it, or, you know, it's not going to help anyone, or you're waiting for the perfect time. You know, it's never going to be, God would disrupt you. If you're waiting for that time, your life, seriously, like he would disrupt everything. I mean, I ended up closing my franchises.
Wow.
My franchise.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was just saying, when you don't listen the first time, it's like, okay, you know, we're just going to shake things up and disrupt a lot of things. So that's what happened. So one, take heed to what he's telling you to do. Be obedient. Be obedient. And I know you might be afraid and fearful. You don't know what happens, but that's where faith comes in. And that's really important. So just have faith, believe that obviously his plan is greater than yours. And even though when you don't understand why something is happening and, you know, what it's all going to end up to, you still just do it. And once you're obedient, and then you'll be blessed for all your obedient actions. So just do it. Just leap afraid. Do it afraid. I do it all the time. I'm on stage. I'm afraid. You know, because I'm sharing. I'm showing a different part of myself.
Absolutely.
So it's fun.
And I've always said that you know, God kind of feel about God. You can do it the easy way, or you can do it the hard way.
Yeah, that's really it.
It's always easier when you do it the way He said it. So
you can try to run from. I tried to run, and Lisa, you know, I did everything up and for years. And then he was like, okay, elevator, shut the door, you're locked in here, you forget. It's just a whole process.
Ask Job about that running.
Okay. Exactly.
So you can run all you want to, but it's going to happen.
You,
it really is going to happen.
Exactly.
What's next for Kristen?
Wow. You know, you would think with all the things that I have going on, that I'll just live in that. But no, I just like to add more things to my plate. I'm continuing to serve. That's why I'm here. I made it through a lot, and I have a lot to give. So I'm starting. I don't want to get too much into the details, but it's another empowerment for women, a platform for them to be able to help them through different adversities. So I'm excited about that, and hopefully that should be up and running very, very soon. My goal is, by the end of the summer, beginning of the fall. So yeah, you just got to stay tuned.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, speaking of staying tuned, now how can people get in contact with you if they want you to be come and speak at an engagement? They want to do an engagement, or they want to purchase your books as well.
Okay, if you want to contact me, whether it's my book or speaking engagements or just to reach out, I love to interact with people and hear their story. And you go to my website, www.ignitingyourdestiny.com. Again, that's www.ignitingyourdestiny.com. And you can also purchase my book from there, On the Edge of Greatness, or you can go to Amazon.com.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're gonna wrap it up in a couple of minutes here, and I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I want to thank everybody for watching and viewing, and want to thank you again, Kristen, for coming in. I'm gonna let you take the last minute, 30 seconds, last minute or so that we have, and I want you to look right into that camera. And I want you to tell someone who may be listening to you today. I want you to tell them about being on the edge of greatness and what makes them great.
Okay, okay. So, being on the edge of greatness. Repeat that again, so I can make sure I get all that.
I want you to tell someone who may be watching.
Okay.
What it is for them to be on the edge of greatness, and not only be on the edge, but actually what will take them into that greatness that they've been called to.
Being on the edge of greatness is having faith. Ultimately, that's it. And continuing on, even when you have obstacles, adversity, you feel lost within yourself, is that perseverance and resilience. You really have to know and really believe in your core that God has a bigger plan for you. So this is your journey, and it's just to only make you stronger, because ultimately where he's going to elevate you to, you have to be prepared, you have to be ready. And so that's doing that. And also, God does not, I truly believe God does not call qualified people. He qualifies the people that he calls.
Absolutely.
So just do it afraid. It'll be fine, trust me. I've been blessed for it, and I know you will be too.
Do it afraid. Y'all heard it. Do it afraid.
Just
do it anyway. You want to be ignited. You want to be on pat. You want to be ignited for any and everything that you do,
Yes.
and always believe that every one of you, is destined for greatness.
Yes.
And it is within you. You have everything that you need in order to be able to be great. That is one of my things that I have coming up. Is my challenge to everyone is: do you want to be great?
Oh wow. Okay.
Do you want to be great? And do you want to do what it is that greatness is, and bringing that greatness out of you? So we want to thank you all for tuning in to the Christian Authors on Tour TV show. I made it, y'all. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Don't forget, please tune in next week, where we'll have another great Christian author that will be on with our host and co-host. So you don't want to miss it. So tune in. We want to thank you all for coming on. We want to thank you all for being there for us and with us and taking this journey with us with the Christian Authors on Tour. Don't forget to tune in to the Christian Authors on Tour Blog Talk Radio show as well. My name is Leroy McKenzie Jr. For the Christian Authors on Tour TV show, Miss Lynn Pender, Pastor Johnson, we want to thank you. We want to let you know we appreciate you, and we will see you next week. I'm wondering if he No, I don't want to, because he should be coming in. But what we're going to do is take this last few minutes to just let you know about the Christian Authors on Tour TV show. We have some wonderful guests that are coming up that are going to be coming on. So we want you to be sure to tune in. You can check us out on Facebook under the Christian Authors on Tour TV series. You can actually go to the website www.christianauthorsontour.com and check us out. We are happy to have you. For those authors that are looking to come on, you can actually get in contact with us there as well. We look forward to hearing from you. We look forward to having you on the show. So we will see you all next week.